What's going on, guys? My name is Taylor or Captain Obvious, and today I have a little bit more serious of a commentary here for you guys. I want to talk about being the good guy in a relationship versus being the bad guy, and which one's better. Lots of people have thought about this over the years, like honestly, a lot of people, me included, and being a good guy myself, so to speak, or that's how the girls considered me to be. I have a little bit of experience on this subject. Now, some of you might have a lot more experience than me and might think that this is completely foolish. And if so, then click out of this video right now as it won't be much interest to you. But if you do want to hear my thoughts on the story, then I encourage you to stay tuned to this video and maybe we can both learn out of this. So to start off, we have to know what a good guy, quote unquote, actually is. Now in relationships, there's always that good guy who's always the girl's best friend and she can tell anything to him. And when it gets to that point when the relationship escalates to a point where it's more of a romantic interest on both sides, then the good guy starts to play a big factor in how that girl respects and treats that person. In other words, I guess you could say that a good guy is a girl's best friend. Now, a girl wants somebody who's mysterious, who can keep them entertained and excited throughout the course of their relationship. A girl wants someone who can bring them happiness in life, but honestly also brings them troubles. I don't know why girls work like this, but it just seems that that is the way that girls perceive men and how they want them to be in a romantic involvement. And now the good guy in relationships, while he's always there for the girl and while he's always the one to do things for the girl, always the first one to be there for her in times of trouble, the good guy generally is not the kind of person that the girl would want to go out with. The girl ends up friend zoning this guy and they end up being friends for a long time with the guy only receiving the benefits of friends. He's never more involved with the woman in a romantic relationship, while the girl gets all the benefits of the guy being there for her 24/7 and always catering to her needs. The guy never gets any of his needs, if you know what I mean, satisfied. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, there's the bad guy, and this is the guy who generally is the mysterious kind of person that the girl generally falls for. The bad guy is usually not very respectful of the girls and treats them sort of like crap on some occasions. Now, not all the time is the bad guy a bad guy, but most of the time the bad guy is the one who treats the girl like crap and who is always the mysterious type that the girl wants to get to know. Girls' minds have been formed over the years, and I'm not sure why this is, to the point where they want something that they can't have. This is generally the case with all girls, and once they have attained that, they don't really want it anymore. Now, there are some exceptions, please don't get me wrong, and so if you are a girl, not all girls are that kind of person who want something they can't have and then don't want it once they get it. But I'm generalizing here, and generalization is bad on some accounts, but for right now, we're just going to go with the fact that most girls do want something they can't have, and once they get it, they don't want it anymore. Now that we know how girls' minds work, we can see the inherent risks that come with being a quote-unquote good guy. Now, being that kind of person means that the girl will know you better than a lot of her own girlfriends. And seeing as how this is not very good as the girl wants a mysterious type of person, we can see why good guys are sometimes placed in the place known as a friend zone, which is not desirable to any guy. Like I said earlier, this is the place where guys do not get what they want. Once you are in the friend zone, there are not many ways to get out. I know from personal experience that the friend zone is a place that brings great terrors to the male specimen. The friend zone generally is irrevocable and you cannot get out of it, but there are a couple things you could try to get out. The first one being, be a little bit more mysterious. If you're the type of good guy who was always there for her, try not to be there for her all the time. When she calls, don't always answer it. Still answer it and be polite and be completely gracious to her, but don't be the kind of person who is 24/7 there for her. And another thing you can try is going out with different girls. When a girl sees that a guy is dating multiple girls and is desirable by other women, their competitive instincts take over and they begin to see that that guy is in fact desirable on his own. And now when a girl sees you as desirable, they end up wanting you. You have to be careful when trying this though, because this can end up getting you into the bad boy type of attitude. And if you get stuck in this place, then later in life, you will not be able to get very many women, because this generally applies to high school girls who are still figuring out what they themselves want in life, and they don't really know what they want, and so they try to go for the mysterious guys. Now, backing up, being the good guy in a relationship who is best friends with the girl is not always necessarily a bad thing. This provides insight on the girl and her likes and dislikes. This also provides the girl with an area in which she can study you, not necessarily as a biological specimen, but as a person. She can get to know you, she can get to know your likes and dislikes, and in the future, when she has matured to the point where she appreciates people treating her right and guys treating her correctly instead of being a quote-unquote bad guy, she will appreciate this side of you, and she may even begin to fall for you. Now, if you get into this friend zone with a lot of girls, this can be a good thing. This increases your chances of getting a girlfriend in the future, and especially if they are nice girls and you like these girls. Then you have a variety of options in which to choose from later on in life. In the end, it's all about what you yourself want. If you want a relationship in which the girl does not really care for you, then try being the bad boy in high school. This will cause girls to like you as they do not know anything else. But as this progresses throughout your life, you will find that less and less girls begin to fall for you. Sure, there are still some, but they generally do not have a successful career path ahead of them and don't really know what they want to do in life, and so they fall for the guy who they feel can provide them with the most entertainment in the shortest amount of time. If you want a steady relationship with a woman who will actually care for you and be there for you in your times of need, then be the good guy. Create friends with girls. You know, it's always good to have a good friend as a girl that can be there for you in your own relationship problems. Be there for multiple girls, and this will cause them to appreciate you and like you in the future. High school is a good place. It's a place where we can grow and develop, but it's not really a place where good relationships, are grown. Good relationships are generally grown after high school when you have completed your education and you find women who actually enjoy spending time with you for you, not for the mysteries that being with you brings, but for you and the career path you have chosen and how you are going to present yourself in life. As you reach this point in your life, you will realize that all the previous relationships you used to have in high school were completely asinine and don't matter really at all. Once you have reached this point, I believe you will find true happiness, and you will find a girl who you will be with for the rest of your life. And as Two Bucks once previously said, happiness is the goal of life, ultimate happiness. And so, once you have found the girl of your dreams, I know it sounds very fairy tale-ish, but it is true. Once you have found the girl of your dreams, you will be happy. I hope you enjoyed this series commentary, guys, and if you want to drop a like, that would be amazing. As always, have a great day. Peace.